There's this weird feeling you get online now, kind of like you're shouting into the void, but there's not even an echo. It just feels off, like something is fundamentally broken.
I mean, think about it. You're just scrolling, right? And you see the same hot takes, the same memes, just recycled over and over again. It gives you this creepy feeling, doesn't it? That maybe, just maybe, you're the only real person left in this huge, empty digital city.
And a lot of it starts with the stuff we're seeing. It's just weird. It's that uncanny valley thing, you know? Articles, pictures, videos, they look almost human-made, but something's not quite right. People on Reddit have a great name for it, AI slop. And it's everywhere. It feels like we're stuck in this bizarre feedback loop, where machines are just eating up what other machines spit out, and we're caught in the middle.
And then there's this other feeling, the one where every single click feels like a transaction. It's not about connecting with people anymore, is it? It's about someone trying to get something from you. Your attention, your data, your cash. The whole experience, honestly, feels designed to be against you.
So you put it all together, and what do you get? Well, you get paranoia. That creeping suspicion that the online crowds aren't real, that the outrage of the day was manufactured, that there are these unseen forces, governments, big corporations, running these massive psychological games, psyops, to control what we think and feel. Look, this unsettling vibe, this synthetic feeling, it's not just you overthinking things late at night. It's actually the key piece of evidence in a massive, sprawling digital investigation, a case file, if you will, called the dead internet theory.
Okay, so what is it? Well, it started out on some of the more fringe corners of the internet, but the core idea is pretty simple and pretty shocking. It claims that the internet we grew up with, the one made by real people for real people, is dead. It's gone. And what we have now is just a really, really convincing fake, a simulation run almost entirely by bots and AI.
And the people who believe this, they point to a very specific time frame. They say, look, before 2016, the internet was messy, sure, but it was human. Then around 2016, 2017, something changed. The floodgates opened. AI-generated content just swamped everything. And by the end of that period, the takeover was complete. We're not living through the change anymore. We're living in the ruins. All right, so I know what you're thinking. This sounds like some crazy conspiracy theory, right? But here's the thing. It's not just on fringe forums anymore. Academics, data scientists, engineers, they're talking about this stuff. And the evidence for this ghost world, it's a lot more solid than you'd probably expect. Let's just start with one number, 49%. According to researchers, that's how much of all internet traffic comes from bots, not people. Think about that. Almost half of everything happening online is not us. It's this massive, invisible army of bots just crawling, screeping, and talking to each other right under our noses. So this huge amount of bot traffic led some very smart engineers at places like YouTube to come up with this, frankly, terrifying concept. They called it the inversion. It's the tipping point, the moment when there's so much bot activity that the automated security systems start to think the bots are real, and our messy human behavior is fake. The system literally starts to see us as the anomaly. And this isn't just about bots clicking on things. It's about what's being made. You see, for a long time, machines just made copies of stuff humans already created. But we're past that now. We're in an age of algorithmic genesis. This is where AI just creates new things all on its own. Music, art, articles that have no human creator. There's no original. It's born from a data set, not a soul.
And this is where it gets really wild. Take a look at this model, autometric production. It's a perfect closed loop. Step 1, an algorithm composes a piece of music. Step 2, a whole network of fake users, bots, streams that track over and over again. And step 3, the system collects real money from streaming services. It's machines making music for other machines to listen to just to make a buck. We're not even part of the equation.
Okay, so let's pause for a second. If the content is fake and the audience is fake, what does that do to reality itself? This goes way beyond just some weird music or poorly written articles. The consequences, well, they go right to the very core of how we live and govern ourselves.
Welcome to what some experts are now calling the synthetic public sphere. It looks just like the real thing, right? You've got debates, trending topics, viral posts, but it's not real. It's a simulation, an incredibly sophisticated puppet show where machines are just pretending to have a public conversation.
And this leads to a whole new kind of power, something people are calling algorithmic authoritarianism. This isn't your classic big brother banning books and whatnot. No, this is much quieter.
It's an invisible form of control. It works by managing your attention, by deciding what you see, what you click on, and in the end, what you even think is worth thinking about.
So, how do they pull it off? It's a depressingly simple loop. First, an AI writes a political post. Then, a botnet, an army of fake accounts, floods it with likes and shares. The social media platform's own algorithm sees all this engagement and thinks, wow, this is trending. So it pushes that synthetic content right to the top of your feed. And just like that, you have a manufactured consensus, the illusion that everyone agrees with something that was never real to begin with.
And here's the dangerous side effect of all this. It's called the liar's dividend. In a world where you know anything can be faked, what happens when you see something real that you don't like? You just dismiss it. Oh, that's just a deepfake. It's the ultimate get-out-of-jail-free card for liars. It completely erodes trust, because now even genuine proof can be waved away as part of the simulation.
Which brings us to the psychological endgame here. For a long time, we talked about false consciousness, right? That's just being tricked by propaganda. But this is something else entirely. This is post-consciousness. This is a state where you've been fed so much synthetic stuff, so many AI-generated ideas, that the line between your own thoughts and the machine's thoughts just blurs. It dissolves.
So, the bots, the AI slop, the fake politics, it all leads us to one last, very personal place. Because this isn't really about the internet anymore. This is about you. Are you real? The ultimate effect of living like this is what some people call a new structure of feeling. It's that constant, low-grade suspicion you feel all the time. You read a comment and think, is that a real person? You see a 5-star review and wonder, did a bot write that? You get into an argument and suddenly realize, am I even talking to a human being right now? It's a deep, fundamental doubt about everything you see online. And that brings us right here, to the very end, to the words hitting your ears right now. Were they written by a curious human being trying to make sense of all this? Or are they just another piece of highly convincing, algorithmically generated content? In the dead internet, how could you possibly know the difference?